Hello, Dr. Long here. Today we are going over a tale called Joy to the World. It's tagged with SCP-006, SCP-173, SCP-504, SCP-682, and SCP-914. Dr. Joanna Rose Garrison leaned back in her chair. One last click extinguished the computer's light. That was it. The last of the form had been sent off. The final approval and offers ferried to the appropriate personnel. And the last experiment should have been complete by now. It was, for the next 20 minutes, Christmas Eve. Maybe, just maybe, she could take tomorrow off. Doors to the office slid open, and Garrison recognized a familiar face. Agent Bryant, good to see you. The man stepped in looking sheepish, and she glanced at the clock before waving at him to sit down 20 minutes. What is it? Do you want to hear about the bad news or the worst news? Joanna sighed. There went her plans for leaving on time tonight. The bad news. SCP-504 escaped from containment. Someone left the door open. And she sighed in relief. That was manageable. We'll send in the appropriately equipped containment team to retrieve the specimen, and then that should fix it easily enough. What's the worst news? You know that termination attempt on 682 we were going to try out? Yes. Remind me, you were going to drop it down the mine shaft. Right. Well, it didn't work. He kinda grew wings. Joanna stared at him. And pray tell, where is 682 now? He escaped into a nearby orchard. He is currently hiding in a tree. Seeing Joanna stare, he rapidly continued. But we have a dozen, well, one was killed last I heard, but the rest are there shooting at him, and Dr. Klein is taking care of amnestic for the civilians and adjusting files as necessary. Phew. Though there's a reason to suspect that inappropriate behavior among the researchers involved had to do with the outbreak, so we've got 10 of them cleaning SCP-173's pen. She sighed. Is that all? There's been a mutiny among some of the D-Class. 2 teamed up and started a bit of a massacre. 4 others joined in. Joanna Garrison blanched. Security's on it. Of course, I haven't heard whether they've stopped it recently, though. She stared at him. There's more, isn't there? Yes, see, computer errors caused a large amount of data regarding SCP-006 to be released to all personnel when its clearance normally starts at O5 level. The 4 tech guys who should have been monitoring it are all denying responsibility. They'll probably be trying to contact you. As if on cue, Joanna's desk phone went off. That's probably them now, Brian said helpfully. She leaned over, unplugged it, and looked down wearily. Please tell me that's it. Well, apart from that, it's minutia. Some of the live containment cells have some structural instabilities, but there's a crew working on that. Let's see. The 914 test results came back. We've got a couple of half pigeon, half reptiles you'll want to see. The recombination of DNA is like nothing I've ever seen. I sent them to your office for analysis. They're in a liquid nitrogen. Thanks. And apart from that, the only other thing to note is that SCP-447's container is getting filled up. We'll want to move it. Of course. Get a new container, Joanna sighed, resting her head against her arms. I'm sorry, Gabriel. I really wanted to get the day off tomorrow. I hoped we could spend Christmas together. I didn't know this much would come up. You probably wouldn't have been able to anyway, Gabriel Bryant patted her arm. Just then, a rhythmic cacophony passed through the hallway. Shit! Garrison sat up. Was that a brass band? I wasn't sure where else to find the 12 drummers drumming, Brian said. The doctor turned to stare at him as he got up, dancing into the hallway. I mean, you already got 11 snipers sniping, 10 doctors sweeping, Klein's data expunging, glue balls buckets brimming, 6 D-classes slaying, O5 youths springing, 4 calling nerds, 3 broken pens, 2 turtle doves. N.A. Johannes continued thematically, then just stared. In what universe does 682 with wings count as a partridge? But Bryant was already gone, running down the hall. The 504 specimen crashed into the wall where his head has been, missing him by an inch.
Well, it's good to see a somewhat humorous tale, but given what SCP-682 became, it was not worth it. It's not like he wasn't a pain enough to deal with already. Anyway, that's it for today. I'll see you folks in the next one.